You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Ooh-ah.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Stuart Pedasso Show. I'm Dave.
I'm Melissa.
And yeah, we had last week off. Wasn't planned, but
it just the week
happens.
Sometimes the week just gets ahead of us, and we all of a sudden we realize it's Friday night or Saturday morning. And we go, hey.
Well, I had to go to Albany. It was a Green Party of New York State state committee meeting, and I am on the state committee, and so I had to go, and I had to go. So. That took care of my Saturday, and then, stuff happens.
That's what happens.
All that jazz.
Yeah.
And
I don't remember what I was doing, but I was doing something.
I'm sure you were.
Yeah.
You were just sitting there staring off into space.
No. I mean, now that it's summertime, I'm usually doing... there's always something I think I need to do.
I
have a lot more gumption in the summer because the sun's out. I have a lot more,
Summer Gumption's a good band name.
Ooh, put it down. Summer Gumption. That's actually usually we have snarky or kind of rude, but that's gross, but that's actually a nice one.
Yeah, Summer Gumption.
So I have Summer Gumption, and
it's power pop.
Been doing stuff. Oh my God, it would be power
kind of
pop.
a Dolly Rots-ish maybe.
Oh, I'm down for that. I'm down for some of that. Okay. I like some power pop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Even my punk rock husband does like some power pop.
Well, someone who shall go nameless, who used to be on the show. Who I actually
may or may not love Debbie Gibson.
Well,
I
was going to say who I actually tried to get to come on this week, and he just never answered, like most of my friends now.
He does love some power pop.
Yeah,
as well.
He was just seeing Debbie Gibson. I was hoping that we could kind of talk about it.
It's Deborah. I know he will tell you.
I think she went back.
Oh, did she go back?
I'm pretty sure she went back.
Debbie is just one of those names you just never hear anymore. So I'm kind of happy.
That's true.
Debbie's, I always felt were I don't know. Debbie's were chill girls that you could hang out behind the bleachers and smoke with. Those are the Debbies I knew.
Do you think that's Debbie Gibson?
I think so. I think she secretly was that girl.
I'm not feeling that.
All right. Well,
if it's,
I feel like I know my
type. If that's
type.
the case, then her PR people are amazing. That's all. Okay. Even if she did show her thing in Playboy.
So what?
Or whatever.
As she should.
Oh, absolutely. If she wants to show her bits, show her bits.
Show your bits if you want.
I'll look.
You can.
I'll look at bits.
Yeah,
I got no problem looking at bits. Who doesn't like looking at bits?
Bits are great.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We all have them.
Yeah, why not look at some other bits?
That's
you know what
I'm
our
saying.
bits look like.
So generally,
we can look at some
not
other
from
bits.
every angle, but I'm only
right. And our spouse's bits, and we might like our spouse's bits, but it's also interesting to look at other bits.
No question. It's just something to do.
True.
Well, no, that's not true. They say, I don't know if they've done this study with the male bits.
What's that?
But I know the female bits are just what you consider sexy in general. That if you're looking at a female that you find attractive, it releases dopamine in your brain, and it's actually good for you.
Oh, I'm sure it's got to be the same with women.
I would hope.
Well, think about.
For anyone who likes man bits, I'm just talking.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think if you
I just know the thing that I saw. They focused dudes and
specifically looking at the bits, though.
Female.
Or is it just looking at attractive women?
I think it was just attractive. It was either that or looking at boobs or something like that. Either way,
I feel like when you get a crush on somebody, there's definitely a dopamine high involved
true.
with that.
No, but this just meant randomly, not even staring and being weird and creepy. Just you're walking down the street, or you're driving down the street, and you see somebody who's kind of hot, and you're just oh, hot chick, and then you just keep driving and you don't honk
for a moment, your dopamine goes up a little tiny bit. Maybe it does a little thing.
Yes, it does.
I could believe that. I think that would be for most, probably not all humans, because of course there's always exceptions, but I would say I bet most humans do that.
Yeah. So it's a good thing, which makes it
shit. I mean, a lot of mammals might in general do that.
So I know. Okay, I'm being simplistic on purpose here. So that's like when you it's I don't remember, something I saw made me actually think about this week. I don't remember what it was. There was nothing like huge. Just I was thinking about this week, that the idea of not being creepy in public and respecting other people, but at the same time looking at some bits, even if they're covered bits. But you can,
Right.
But it's like you don't oogle, you don't like creepy stare, but you just quick little bits. Okay, cool.
Right.
That's good. It's good for you and
Because you're not doing it in a way that's going to affect the other person
Right.
and make them uncomfortable. Because it's only bad, really. I feel as if you're going to make the other person uncomfortable.
Sure.
Or if you were with somebody, if you were with your partner, and that if you were seen
looking at bits, that would
looking
not
at
go
the
well.
bits, that they would be upset.
As opposed to some couples that go, "Hey, look at those bits."
Right. Yeah. Dan and I do that.
Right. No, I cannot. That is not.
Yeah,
my
Dan and I
relationship.
totally do that.
No, that is
I'm also bisexual, and so that helps. And
So that helps.
so that helps. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it really does. I mean, it makes honestly, I think it actually makes for our relation. I think it actually makes our relationship better.
If
'cause
my wife
I really
pointed
do.
out a guy's butt and it was a nice butt, I would be okay.
No, Dan does too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
and he's pretty straight,
Right.
like yourself, but he's not fucking blind. He knows what. Yeah.
That's a butt.
Yeah, that guy's butt is. Yep, that's the kind of butt. I wish I had a butt like that. But it's more like.
I don't.
Well, maybe you don't, but it's more like, I feel like if you're, or if you're a straight person and you're open-minded enough to go, yes, I'm not attracted
Just
to
objectively,
the
it's a
same
nice
sex,
butt.
but I
That's
can
a nice butt.
recognize she has a nice set of knockers and his butt is great.
If I was into dick, I'd be on that.
Right.
Right. I don't have a problem, and I know people are like,
Yeah.
just because those words come out of your mouth, it's like it's like, bro, just chill, man. I'm not.
Oh yeah, Dan's totally said stuff like that. Oh yeah, if I was a gay dude, that guy, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, because you're. Well, there's also that, like, how people talk. I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if it was Kinsey or somebody before Kinsey that did like the scale of straight to homosexual, like that, the scale of where you are. And
it sounds like a Kinsey thing.
I think
but-
it might have been a Kinsey thing, but most people, and I would say my husband, even though I don't think he wants to have sex with dudes, but I don't know that he would be like straight guy, because I feel like straight guy is the guy who absolutely does not even qualify that look at another guy and go, that could be attractive.
Well, isn't some people have the theory that the straight guy, the guys that get really uptight, really might not be straight. If
I
you
mean,
know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that.
You know,
for
me
sure.
think-
I mean, there's always those. We find
protest
those,
too much
right?
kinda
We
thing?
find out those people, but I don't know that it's everybody.
Oh yeah. Well, I would never say everybody is.
Like,
one
would
thing
you
or
say,
another.
even though I know you're not into dudes, would you say like you were at the very highest level of straight?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't call you that either, and I wouldn't say Dan is either. I would say both of you. And my son, same, also pretty straight, but I don't think he would be like.
Look, whatever the circumstance.
Guys enjoying my son is loving wearing pearls lately. He realizes how he goes, I think I look pretty with these.
I'll go on the record because this is a record, right?
Right.
I'd have sex with a dude, but I don't know if I'd want to kiss. I don't know what that is, but
Kissing can be it's a very intimate.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
If it's just like butt stuff or something, you don't really have to see each other or anything.
That's depending on who's doing what. Yeah.
Right. I'm glad we figured this out.
Oh, I would definitely be a top though.
No, I know you would.
Yeah.
I know you would, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you wouldn't have to pay. It wouldn't be. It's not as intimate.
God damn, this took a quick turn.
How do we talk about weird things? I'm not
I don't know how-
drinking.
man.
Like, I mean, you're having a beverage. I'm having an NA beverage.
Oh, okay.
Because
I've had half. It's not like
I'm celebrating.
doesn't work that fast. Jeez.
I'm celebrating me getting that my blood work today, and I've been doing really, really great. And I'm hoping that it's gonna come up positive, because I've been working hard. I've been hiking. Look at that segue. I had.
Okay, you want to make with the hiking?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it.
Okay, well, let's talk about it.
I'm gonna talk about my hiking. So I realized a couple days ago, as we were driving to go hiking, I said to my
Is
husband,
that ironic?
we had to drive there to go hiking. Yeah.
We're gonna hike to the hiking.
We're gonna hike once we drive there. We have to drive there, and then we can hike. That's what we had to do.
So it has to be like a certain kind of terrain for it to be hiking. Like if I just walked to the store, but it was far, and maybe I had a backpack.
Oh, if you want, you say that was hiking? Quite a hike. I would go. Okay. I feel like hiking somewhat involves like woods and trails and
raccoons,
or water or
possums,
something like that. I don't know. I guess that's what I think of hiking. I guess we could look it up. Yeah. Well, anyway, I told him, I said, I want, even when I was still with my ex, I always wanted to be one of those couples that went hiking. And now I've become one of those couples that went hiking.
Achieving goals.
I know. I mean, and it's not,
this late stage in your life.
I know. It's not like I'm putting my ex down, but he just wasn't, he liked to, when he was off working, he liked to be home. He liked to play on the computer. He had video games he liked to play. He loves, that's the kind of stuff he wanted to do. Mm-hmm. That was his time off. I wanted to be outside and doing things. So now I have a person who also has realized how much he likes to do those things. And now we both have hiking boots and we got binoculars. And I just bought a new hiking bag, hiking backpack, so I can have a lighter one because the one I use is way too heavy. So I'm like, getting some little bits of gear and stuff for us to be more hikers. But we went, our first hike this week was on Tuesday, which was a gorgeous day. We went to Fayetteville, New York, where there is a place called Green Lake. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No.
It's called a Meonic. The lake is that lake is one of those types of lakes, and so is the lake that's in Devil's Basin in Mendon Ponds. I just found out, or Devil's Den or whatever. Devil's Basin in Mendon Ponds. Anywho, the lake has different layers of water that do not mix in the year, so you can see the different color layers of water, and because it's protected, people, you can go in, like in Green Lake, people go swimming and canoeing and stuff, but there's no motorized anything, of course, on there. And
so you can't motorboat there?
No. This is the most beautiful lake I've ever seen.
I've never really been interested in motorboating in either way.
Oh, well, I've experienced both.
I'm sure you have.
Fun. Both are fun.
I have other things I could do.
Right.
I need a motorboat.
Well, it's more of a silly thing, I find.
Okay, dude. If you're seriously motorboating, I don't know what that says about somebody.
You're just being a silly.
I know. I'm saying it'd have to be silly. Yeah, how do you non-silly motorboat?
Yeah, you're not doing it and thinking, "Oh, this is going to turn around." I'm going to make...
Just for those folks who don't know what we're talking about, it's me being 12. When you place your face in between relatively ample breasts, and you...
make fart noises, basically.
Kind of motorboat noises. That's why they call it that. Yeah. You kind of back and forth kind of thing.
It's annoying.
You motorboat.
It's funny.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
It's funny, though. So, anyhow, motorboating on a lake is actually really fun, though.
All right,
but not in this lake. So...
It's verboten.
It is. So it's like a 2-hour-ish walk, I think, around that lake. And then there's a second lake called Round Lake, because it is basically just a round lake.
Pretty much a round lake.
Round Lake. And that is right next to Green Lake. And that one you can't go in at all. That is completely 100% protected. But it was so beautiful. It was like magical over there. And so there's the lake on one side, and it's this gorgeous like Caribbean blue green color. Like it looks like you'd see in the Caribbean. It's incredible. I took lots of pictures. I have them on Facebook if you want to see them.
All right. So you know where to go.
Yep. So they're just beautiful. And yeah, I just found it really, it's just nice. It's just walking and looking at nature and taking pictures, and Dan's a birder, so of course we're looking for different birds and stuff, and all the things. Yeah. Birder, I think.
Okay.
He's into the birds.
I understood what you meant, but I'd never heard it said like that.
And then
he's into the birds.
He is. And then 2 days ago, we went over on Thursday, which was the other nice day. We went over back to Lucien Morin Park, which is over in Webster off of Empire Boulevard. And there's a bunch of trails there. And last time we did the blue trail over to the Rifle Trail, which takes you over to where the old Tryon City used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So old history of Rochester. There used to be Rochester and Tryon City. Tryon City died out. Rochester got bigger. At the end. But there's remnants.
I bet you there was shenanigans involved.
Yeah, there's remnants. But there's remnants still there. You can see like all these stairways and stuff in the woods, and it looks pretty.
There's always shenanigans.
It looks pretty cool to go there. But anyway, that's the white trail, and then it goes into like the yellow trail stuff. Anyway, we took the blue trail, which is the less used trail, and whoo, girl, I was beat. It was a lot. It was a more of an intermediate trail. It wasn't a beginner. Just walk around, la la la, like. I had to like go up and down and around and things, and
wasn't the Bunny Hill, huh?
It was not the Bunny Hill.
Okay.
And I know that of course there's much harder terrains than that, but that was like that as hard as I wanted to go. But it was a good exercise. It was really good exercise.
Work your way.
Yeah. But it made me happy. And I'm like, this. I just there is. I mean, it's going to sound trite because everybody says it. Go out in nature, go for a walk. It's good for your mental health. Fuck, it is good for your mental health.
Yes.
Damn it, these people are right.
Damn scientists.
Damn it.
Hey, I know. I'm a science teacher now.
Yeah, like it is better.
Actually,
I do feel better. When I walk out of there, it's like, oh, you just have like this energy and this like, even though you're tired, you have like this clarity in your brain and stuff. And it's just really great.
I think I have one more week of that. I know I'm a science teacher.
Oh, science teacher.
No clarity, dude. Come on. Have you met me?
I know. That's why I was
there's no clarity here.
Come on. I know you.
If anything, I'm muddy. There's no clarity here.
Well, I'm often muddy, but I after taking a hike for a couple hours and getting your sweat out and everything.
People would call me Muddy Waters if there wasn't already somebody with that name.
They would.
I mean, I thought after he died, I thought I'd have a chance, but no.
So yeah, I'm feeling there's some things in my life we talked about that I don't talk about this that are a little crazy, but on the super positive, I have found I really enjoy hiking, and I don't mind putting a little bit of money into getting some proper things to wear.
Do you think you might participate in the winter hiking?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, we love fall hiking. I mean, fall hiking's great because
that's not what I meant.
I know. Well, I mean, I'm not going to do like if I went on if I did the Lucy and Morin Trail, I wouldn't go on the blue trail. Like
in the winter.
Not in the winter, but I would do the white trail. That's kind of a simple trail. That's the one we did the first time.
Get your ass some snowshoes.
No, I just have to wear. I mean, my hiking boots are pretty good. I think I can wear them in the winter because they have. Yeah, I think I can wear them.
Well, you'll find out quick.
I'll find out quick.
Yeah,
they do. For sure. Yeah. So, fall is great because then you can see all the wildlife. Because like now it's like, where'd that bird go? Oh my God, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? But in the winter, I mean, the winter and the fall, any wildlife is there. You can see it. So it is kind of in a way almost better to do that type of thing in the fall than it is in the summer. And if it's really hot, there's no birds out. They're all like hiding.
Well, if you want to see animals, feel free to just hang out on my street because for a while the dogs, a couple doors down, were replaced with goats.
Oh my God, no way.
Yeah, for like a month there were goats.
I love goats.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
They are, but here's the deal.
And you can pet them, and they're really sweet.
I understand. But
I had a goat lean on me like it wanted to be my friend.
First of all, they always have dogs because apparently they're running a business out of their house of training dogs in the city.
All right.
Followed by the goats for a while, and all of the animal things that animals produce seems to be bringing rats into the neighborhood.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's not great. And I mean, rats. I mean, rats are going to be rats. They're going to be places, but you don't want them getting into your house and destroying.
Well, they're not in the house, but we did have one of the probably
Oh, will they eat your plants?
I don't know. I think that, well, okay, I don't know if it was either the few rabbits we have around here.
Yeah, the rabbits definitely.
And we're in the city, by the way, folks. I mean, I live in a city. It's not a huge city like, New York.
But we have
whatever, but
we have rabbits and foxes and things like that.
Parts, and because I'm close to the border.
And we've had
the city.
There's been deer. The deer have been spotted in this area.
Well, and
once in
that's
a
a
while.
lot of that is because of all the development and shit. They gotta go somewhere.
I know.
But so, there has been some bunnies, but now
I got them all over
the rats.
All over my backyard.
We're not sure. That's why we don't do food in our compost anymore. We just use the cities program. I do put grass clippings and shit like that, but food will attract that shit even more. So we just stopped, which is a bummer. I was very proud of doing the compost in the backyard, but we still are a little bit, but it's still not great. Because of one of there's like 2 or 3 that for years it's been like the neighborhood cats that are outside. I assume they're somebody's, but they've just been around forever. Mm-hmm. One of them did a good job ripping apart a rat in our backyard. That was nice. Good job. Thanks.
Thanks, dead rat in the backyard.
Well, I'd rather it was dead, but
still you had to clean it up.
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah.
So, so you can always come by and just check out the animals. The goats seem to have moved on, but the dogs are back. So feel free. Mm-hmm. Anytime.
Well, now we have to wait for them to get pigs or something else, and oh god, you're like, please no. Even though I love pigs, they're so cute.
This isn't the place.
I know they don't need to. I think you can have a goat in the city, though.
I don't know.
I think you can. We have to look up. I know you can have chickens.
Look, dude.
You can have chickens, but you still can only have so many, and you're not allowed to have a rooster.
Right. So I wasn't going in the part about snitches get stitches. I don't think the goat was going to come at me if I turned them in, but that was unless it was a real serious health problem. I wasn't going to say.
No, I don't. Yeah, unless if it looked like the goats were being mistreated or something.
Oh, well, that too. But I meant
Yeah.
And there seemed to be 3, and they're gone now, and it's fine. But now the dogs are back.
Was there baby goats?
There's more poo. Yeah, they did start as baby. You could see they grew a little bit, and
they're so
which is
precious.
fine.
They're so precious. You're like, whatever.
Yeah.
I love them. I love their little goatee faces, and they got their weird eyes. They're so
and I'm not being dude like everybody's lawn has to be.
No, I know you're not like that at all.
No, not at all. But still, my thing was definitely more of the animal poops bring in the vermin, so I don't necessarily need that, right? Mm-hmm. If I wanted that, I'll move to New York City.
Oh, you know what else we saw? Speaking of vermin, but I don't know if they're considered. Well, they're rodents, chipmunks. We saw them everywhere on Thursday. So many chipmunks. They're so fucking cute. We saw one of them chasing each other.
Until they chew through your garage.
That's not cool.
No. But you have to talk to my mom about that. That happened to her.
Oh, chipmunk was chewing through her shit.
Through her shit, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so hard turn?
Hard turn.
Okay, and this is a quickie. All right, this is not on purpose, not meant to be a huge discussion. And some of y'all might clench up where I start going down this road. Don't worry, I'm in control here. I know what's happening. At my school, okay, relax. I'm not going to say anything. I think that's going to get me in trouble.
I know you're not. You're smart. You're smart. You got smarter.
It's debatable.
Yeah, you got smarter.
Smarter, maybe.
Yeah,
not
you're smart. Yeah, you're smarter.
But I did find something the other. I did realize something. Okay, are you moving everything? Let me.
I'm sorry. I'm
no.
having trouble getting it.
I
wanted it. Sorry, I apologize.
I turned it down for a second.
Okay.
Are you good?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is better.
I don't think it is.
It's not?
No.
Because it keeps falling down.
All right.
Oh, you know what? I just needed to tighten it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, folks.
Yeah. So if there was any...
You can take it out in post.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I got shit to do after this, man. We talked about that. I got shit to do. So I just found it ironic.
I'm going to get another beer.
I just found it... I found it... Are you sure that's not alcoholic?
It is.
All right, if you say so.
Oh, I'm going to try one of these Ruby Reds from Saranac.
Okay.
I will have an alcoholic one.
Oh, you feel free to take an IPA too. You know how much I love them.
You love IPAs. Yes.
So I'll drink it if that's what all there is. So I just found it ironic that at my school, which shall go unnamed, I mean, the only person who is required to bring a gun to school has a no bullying sign in their office. I just found that to be ironic. I didn't say anything. I'm not that dumb. I just noticed that the other day. I just kind of walked by and looked into the person's office and saw the sign. And I was like, oh, person that has a gun in the school has a no bullying sign. Interesting. All right. And I moved
Why
on.
is he allowed to have a gun? Oh, in case
he's a
of
cop.
Because he's a cop. Oh, he's a cop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have a
cop guy.
We have a cop guy in our school.
Yeah, like a lot of schools have a cop guy.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. That's it. I'm done. I'm sorry. I paused because that's where I went. This meant to stop right there. I'm not gonna.
That was it.
That was it. I'm
Just
done.
think about that, folks.
You can unclench now. I shouldn't be losing my job. But I just felt like I just wanted to point out the irony. I thought it was. I don't know if "cute's" the right word. I was just.
Isn't that cute?
I don't know what cute. It was ironic.
We can say it cute, like sarcastic cute.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
Meaning not cute.
That was it. So
Aren't you cute?
Yeah.
You're no bully cop guy.
yeah. So totally changing the subject because I just even just trailing off. I will say I don't want to say the wrong thing. So, here's something interesting. So if you haven't been listening lately, I something that I wanted to do. I needed to do something different to help me feel like I'm trying to change the world, and I haven't been as involved. I haven't been in protests. I haven't been running for anything or running campaigns and stuff. So I started this thing online called Cool Cats for Change. And we've talked about how that name came about earlier. You can go back and listen to the old shows if you haven't.
It's with Peter. It's funny. You should listen to it.
It's what?
It was
with
with
Peter.
Peter.
That the one Peter? Yeah.
Yeah. You should.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah. You should definitely listen to it if you haven't.
Yeah.
It was funny.
So I contacted the person who did the Stuart Pedasso Show logo. When I say I shouldn't say contact because I reached out and never got a response by text or by email. Okay. I don't know what's happened with that. So I had a little bit of free time, and so I just thought I would check out and all the kids are talking about this AI. Let's see what the AI is all about. So I did poke around and I tried some things where you could, you put in some text, I want to see a baby goat with lasers coming out of its ass, something, I don't know. And then it creates supposedly something. And so far I didn't really get anything that I really thought would be a good
I played around with that with
mascot or logo kind of thing.
I played around with that. There's Magnus had like a beta version part of one of his computers, so he was kind of showing me it, and like he's like, I mean, being an artist, you would think like he's very anti-AI, but he's like in the middle. He sees where it could
totally
be.
see him.
I mean, Magnus. He sees the positive in a lot of things. So he's like, there could be a good use for it. And he's used it for inspiration.
Sure.
But not. There could be a positive way.
Well, okay. Actually, if I may take a quick little side trip, because I meant to ask you this and I forgot about it, but now that you bring up Magnus, so would you think having a Cool Cats logo done by him would be? You think he would do something? It doesn't have to have tentacles, right?
Oh, he can. Yeah, he did the Ravens logo. Well, he is a Raven, so
yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to reach out because I don't know why Jean didn't get back to me. I'll try her one more time.
Yeah, he's awesome. He does great logos.
I know he does.
Oh yeah, I would totally talk to him about a logo.
I gotta ask because money is a little tight. How expensive is he?
I don't know. You have to ask him.
All right. Well, you work for him.
I mean, I haven't worked for him in like months.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we haven't worked in months. He hasn't had stuff. He's been doing a lot of stuff outside of like stuff I can't really help him with. So.
Okay.
Though we talked about getting together. He's like, yeah, I miss you. I'm like, I miss you too. We should get together. Let's do that. And then you do that.
All right,
do that. And then we don't.
Then do get together, and then I'll go. Hey, what are you two doing?
You guys,
hey,
you two, finger guns.
No, I'll totally do that. I'll totally barge in. We just planned it, sneaky. Or I could just say, hey, it's Dave, and then we could do it, whatever. But
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. I get what it was doing, but I still was like, meh. There was nothing there really where I went, woo, this is cool. This is the thing. I was kind of like, meh. And I tried different keywords and different ways of phrasing it. And
which one did you use? Like, what did you use?
I did a few. I did
what did you do? Did you just Google AI something and then looked it up that way.
Well,
It's
and
a
then
search.
there was like some articles of the top AI things, and I would try those out. And there was definitely 3 or 4 of the same ones that popped up in all the articles. So I didn't spend a super amount of time on it. I had a half hour to kill, and so I just poked around, and I was like, meh. It didn't. It was okay. It didn't fit my needs, and honestly, I would rather, go to somebody else and have an interaction with a human and say, hey, like we did with Stuart, which I really like how the Stuart stuff came out.
Right. Well, it's also nicer to pay a real live person that does that for a living.
Yeah.
To support the arts.
Which, by the way, our logo you can get on shirts and other accoutrements.
Actually, I was really looking at your shirt and really digging it, and I was thinking I might want one.
We'd have to get into that's fine. There'll always be this kind of thing. But I may be switching companies soon.
Okay. All right.
They don't have the sizing type stuff for shirts that I like. And I figure if
you have an issue, then other people will.
Well, but I'm my best customer because nobody else buys this shit.
I know. I bought one, so I'm only a
which is fine.
customer.
But I'm just saying that it is. I have a strange shaped body in terms of my torso is a little longer than the usual, and my legs are a little shorter than proportional. It's what's quote a normal proportion. So like I don't need super big clothes. I just need tall sizes a little bit, and not even very tall. Not like for like an 8-foot guy.
It's just like slightly taller than average. It's like,
yeah,
you just
my
need
torso
to be a little taller than the average one.
Yeah, because if you go 2XL, then it tends to be more wider, and it just kind of like this shirt. I still is kind of belly shirt if I'm,
There's
and this company doesn't really have. There is one kind where I can get something in tall, and I'm kind of like I'd like to look for another company that has more options.
Yeah, I have a long torso as well, so I get what you're saying. I have a long torso and I have wide shoulders. So both my long torso and my wide shoulders are more than the average woman as well. Even though there's certainly plenty of women who are bigger than I, but for someone my size, for someone around my size and weight and so forth, I got some big ass shoulders.
So, but if you like the logo, by all means, check out what's happening at stuartbasso.com, and there's gear and all that jazz. And from there, the logo. This is going to sound weird. The logo's a big deal to me because there were so many things I want to do to promote Cool Cats for Change, but it needs something graphic, something visual, and I just need some kind of logo for that. So I need to get this done so that I can blow this shit up relatively, and that seems to be a sticking point right now. But I'm still, if you go to cool, this is all spelled out, Cool Cats for Change, no number 4, .com. There's a list of, I think I'm at a dozen now of actions you can take that are all internet based, and some workshops on Zoom you can sign up for of just different things, labor and environmental and peace stuff and anti-war stuff, and it's just going to keep coming. And there's going to be and the website has news feeds from some organizations that are not like CNN and of course not Fox, but not the corporate network stuff that you should totally check out. And there's going to be a ton of stuff more, including and this is my transition, a recommendation of something I think folks should go check out. Especially if you live in the U.S., but even if you're not in the U.S., this is kind of international. A podcast that I've subscribed to, I don't necessarily listen to every episode. They're not that prolific, but my podcast listening is, since I stopped posting them on Stuart Badasso Radio because y'all didn't want to listen to them there, I don't tend to listen to as many as I used to. But this one I did catch, and it is long. It's an hour and a half long, but I swear, I just cannot recommend this one episode more because, well, it's called The Myth of Freedom Under Capital. And thoughts that I've had, but my brain, it's always hit a wall in my thinking, kind of broke through that wall for me because it was the stuff I had been wondering about for years, but I just couldn't get to this point. So like, okay, don't like capitalism, right? Great. So let's say we magic wand and you get rid of capitalism. What's going to happen? Like, how are we going to get food? We're definitely not going to start making our own clothes, right?
Nope.
And that's not the case. That's not what, and this has some amazing history of how capitalism started and how anti-capitalism stuff has butted heads with it, and then gets into, if we were to get rid of capitalism, how society would be. And it's not, we're all living on a commune. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not that, right? But we can still have. I hate this company and I don't go there, but we could still have like Starbucks under a non-capitalist society. I was like, okay, it would just be run different. It would be owned differently. I'm like, okay, I get this. But what about the shitty jobs? That was so how, like, so if nobody has to worry about food, clothing, and shelter anymore, is someone going to get up and go to work and like literally wipe someone's ass? Because that is a job.
Right.
There's ass wiper jobs out there. They just call it something different.
Yeah, they're home health aides.
Yes.
Or
who do invaluable work.
I
am not saying that.
Oh no, I actually would never put them down. What you all do are amazing, and I think we all should be paid a lot fucking more than you are. That's
absolutely,
for sure,
without question. So
thank you for wiping asses.
Yes,
y'all are awesome.
Had this conversation with our good friend Michael with cheese last night.
Nice.
There's just no way that. Yeah, I've wiped another adult's butt once, and it was fine. That's just not what I would want to do on a daily basis.
Right.
That's not my jam.
Yeah.
So to speak. So anyway, that the jobs that need doing, the no pun intended, the shitty jobs, they would still be done, that people would want to do them, just not for like 50, 60 hours a week. That really, that everyone, our society, for what we really need and for everyone to be happy, folks just really need to work 20 hours a week max. So that stuff that needs to be doing, and that the way society would have to change, and I'm sorry, spoiler here, but you should totally listen to this, and we're going to put a link in the show to this specific podcast, this episode, not, and if you want to subscribe to them, that's cool, whatever, but this specific episode, I can't say more how folks should listen to this. Even if you think it's bullshit at the end, I think it'll still create conversations, that are important. But that even the really bad jobs, like working in a sewer, knowing that you really only have to do it like maybe a couple times a week at the most to take care of what needs to get taken care of, and that those folks would actually, maybe you would make more than the average person, which they don't now.
Right. They should.
And that maybe you would be held in higher esteem than jobs that we hold in high esteem now, and that's how society would change. And so those jobs would still get done, but not because someone literally needs to do this to have a roof over their head. That it would just be a transformation of the way society is. So you don't have to live on a commune, that you're being forced, to march 5,000 miles to work in the fields. That's not what we're talking about.
I mean, nothing there's wrong with a commune, but
no, I'm saying if that's what you want to do. I'm not saying you would be forced to do that if we got rid of capitalism.
We actually get the store, the Memorial Art Gallery store where I work, which sells my bracelets and other cool things. One of the cool things we sell this really beautiful pottery from Rochester folk art.
Yeah.
You know them. Yeah. But they're actually not in Rochester. They're in a commune somewhere, I think, closer to like the Catskills area, closer to that area.
And they call themselves Rochester?
Yeah, I think the people were originally from here.
It's not in Auburn, is it?
No.
With the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival?
No. It's like I think it's somewhere closer to like the Catskills area. But anywho, but they've been a commune for like, I don't know, since the 60s. And they're still doing it. Like people who've been in there since the beginning are still there working, and I think it's cool. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be around the same people all the time like that.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Some people love that, but I wouldn't like that.
So, right. So that's kind of where I didn't know what I knew the alternative kind of, but this actually explained that it would be a huge change in our society, no question, but it wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be like what everyone bitches about Mao, which, by the way, was here in the U.S. Look, oh God, sorry, so many tangents. What we've learned about the stuff that we vilify, communism,
socialism,
maybe not the Nazis, but that's shitty no matter what. But
yeah, they suck.
But a lot of stuff that we've learned, Cuba, Russia, all that stuff. I'm not saying they're awesome, perfect, whatever. In my opinion, if you're an organized government, you suck because you've probably gotten that through stealing and raping and pillaging and plundering.
On some level.
Yeah, at some level. I mean, borders become borders for a reason. There's usually hanky-panky going on, right? Someone got killed over something that created a border, whether it's local or international or whatever. And so I'm not saying, woo, Russia, yay, but I'm saying, you know what? They're in this shitty thing. They have bad actors. And my things with Israel is not, I hate Jews, not being one. It's not, it's
no, of course not.
They have like a Trump government on steroids.
They have the upper hand, man. And they totally have the upper hand here.
So when I'm like, hey, we need to do something about this, it's not because, those filthy Jews that run everything. It's, look what this government's doing.
Yeah.
And it's
not the people, it's not the Jewish people that are just there living, doing their thing. It's the fucking government, just like our fucking government.
And you can totally say, if you want to compare, you can say, okay, what about here where how our government treats people of color and immigrants, but it's not you and me. Right?
Yeah, I know, but you ain't wrong.
So I'm saying, well, my point, wow, this went on a tangent I wasn't planning, but that's all right.
It's all right.
We're all right. We got time. So what I'm saying is, I know where I was going because I'm talking about vilification. So that you can, there's people in Israel who may not be, we hate Palestinians, we hate Arabs, we hate stuff, but they're living the life relatively, and they're not doing anything. Just like there's people here, we see what our government does to poor people and people of color, and we're still drinking our lattes and really not that sucks, kind of thing, just doing whatever, and you're not doing anything to change it too. So yes, I'm not saying everybody in Israel or Russia or wherever are super evil, but you do anything to try and help change it? Including here, which
we're talking about everywhere.
Yeah. So
this mentality is everywhere, all over the world.
Absolutely, no question. So back to the original thing. So this episode of Upstream, which is the name of the podcast, it gives you an idea of what it could be, and again, having that conversation, of course, it's idealized. Nothing is going to be exactly perfect. There's no such thing as a 100% capitalist society, 100% this. There's just the way things work. Little bits of everything always get infused in, no matter what. So, but I just for conversation's sake, just for some education kind of thing, by all means, check out this episode of this podcast, which we will have links to in the show notes, which is everywhere. StuartPodesta.com, all the places, and we'll post probably the audio from that as a link somewhere, probably on Twitter and shit like that. But that is my plan. I just finished it this week because again, it's an hour and a half, so a little bit on the way to work here, a little bit there, and it took a little while, but really worthwhile, and I highly suggest you just check it out. Even if you listen to it and go, Dave, you commie bastard, just knock it off. Well, that's fine, comrade. Well, whatever, bro. It's all good.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. I might actually listen to that.
I really
that sounds like something I would really like to. But then again, I listen to stuff like that, and I get all like psyched like you do, and then something happens, and I hear about it, and then I feel like.
Oh, there's no.
Man, my heart is like a roller coaster, man. It's just like up and down all the time.
Well, all right. So, I wasn't
super happy, and then like fuck. Then this happened.
All right. Well, so let me go into this. Sorry, not really funny, but so I mentioned at the beginning of the show. Last Saturday I was at this Green Party thing down in Albany, New York, and I don't remember if this has been talked about on the show, but I'll do a quick recap. So about 3 years ago, in our state, we like to do cheesy shit like this. So there's every state, every country, whatever, they have a procedure for having a budget. right? The government has a budget to pay for whatever it is the government's pay for. And in New York State, we have a thing where you can take things that are laws that they know can't get passed by themselves, that have nothing to do with the budget, and you word it in a way when you just focus on the funding for whatever this thing is, so you can stick it in the budget.
Yeah, we do that.
And so a law can get enacted that really has nothing to do with financial stuff, because the part of it talks about how it's going to get funded, it gets into the budget. So what got put through the budget 3 years ago was tripled the requirements to be a political party in New York State. And it tripled the number of petition signatures you need if you want to run as an independent candidate, not being a party. And it basically made the bar almost impossible to get over.
Fucking Cuomo.
Yeah, at the time.
I mean, that was Cuomo.
But,
Fuck that guy, man.
And so it's been impossible for Greens to run in New York State at the local level. And we almost had somebody this year here in Rochester, didn't get the petition signatures enough and didn't make it. So it's someone from Rochester. And so we were sitting around at this meeting and we were kind of talking, and just before it had started, and like, well, look, we're not running anybody this year. What issues can we work on? You know, kind of old school, like before we were a party. We used to like just do issue stuff.
Right.
As opposed to both. And so just to like give you a heads up, it looks like, and this is something that Green candidates locally here, including myself, an issue we've run on, and that is creating a public utility, which would be a publicly owned electric company that also, I guess, does natural gas too, because we still use that, unfortunately. And so we've been running on that for over 10 years. I know I've been doing it in my last 2 campaigns for city council. That was one of the issues I would bring up. And actually, there might even be a YouTube video of me in this very room doing something on that, talking about that. And so that's, there is an organization that is, I'll put air quotes on, working on that. So they're going to get their noses bent out of shape. Hey, we're doing this. Why are you? Because, bro, I was just at city council meeting 2 days ago, and there were people from our electric company that's owned by a Spanish corporation, right? They used to be local like 20 years ago, and they sold out to a corporation that's in Spain. And then there's so many subsidiaries that, good luck. And this company now is a shell of itself. They're triple billing people. Their public, their customer service is horrendous, and it's just horrible.
Well, to be fair, it was horrendous even before they were bought out, but it's gotten way worse.
Yeah. So,
now it's like you're on the phone. If you need anything there, you're on the phone at minimal 45 minutes.
Yeah. So at the city council meeting, because the law, the way to create a public utility is first you have to pay to have a study done. And so right now, folks are just trying to convince our government officials to pay for a study. Right. And so the electric company is sending employees with the same T-shirts. Actually, they were green T-shirts. Nice touch. Whatever. I see you. I know what you're doing. I get it.
Exactly.
I believe that's called greenwashing, but whatever. Sent them to the city council meeting to one after the other speak on how awesome this company is, and they're like family, and having the government run it is not a good idea, and just totally talking points.
Oh my God.
But
how much do these people get paid to say that?
But the group that's supposed to be working for the public utility, nobody was there. Crickets. So if they're working on this, okay, you might want to send folks to city council every single month. That's what you do. And they haven't. So the Greens locally are going to be getting it. That's going to be like a focus for me. Not running any campaigns, not running for office myself. That's going to be a thing. So right now, gathering info, and the info gathering.
How many people would you say are at city council meetings? Because I know you go to quite a few. So how many people would you say are there sitting in the peanut gallery like yourself?
Depending, if there's a huge issue, like when it's packed, there's like 100 because people are there for a certain thing, like when we were doing police accountability board and shit like that.
Yeah,
but like this meeting now, the other day, there was a good 25, 30.
Okay, just curious.
Give or take. Yeah. So it was just interesting. And so that's something I'll be working on. And even if you're not in this area, but the idea of how to create change like that, I want to try to do mini chronicles. I'm not going to just have every show be about this every week, but, kind of give you updates in case you get inspired to organize folks where you live, no matter where it is, whether it's in the U.S. or you're listening to the show in another country, as some people do, like Finland and Spain and France and Brazil. And
Finland got voted again the happiest country in the world. Interesting.
Okay.
I mean, it's interesting because all my friends who live there, of course, have like something to say about it. Like, oh, all right,
right. Get off my lawn.
I know, it's funny because it's just like every other fucking country. They're like happy sometimes and sad sometimes. Sometimes their government sucks balls. Sometimes their government's great. Sometimes.
Well, they're probably happier than a school shooting. So
they're. I'm sure they're happier than we are, but it's just kind of funny because I saw it again and I almost posted it just to kind of get a reaction from my Finnish friends. But they didn't. I'd like, fuck
And
it.
when are your Finnish friends coming here?
I know. Anna doesn't even have an excuse. Her mother lives in the United States, so she should come visit.
Damn it, Anna. Come on, come here. You'll come on the show.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
God, I miss her. We used to have so much. We had so much fun the year I was there.
And when was the last time you seen Anna?
Oh, back when I was living there, which was in
30 years ago.
It was 20. It was 19. It was 1991.
You gonna make me do math? Yeah, that's 30 years ago. 30 something, actually, 30 and change. Dude, come on.
Oh no.
You're with me.
I know.
You're in my demo.
I know, and I'm 51 now. I'm like in the 50s now. Right. Now I'm like, I'm not 50, I'm in the 50s.
The water's fine. Relax.
Whatever.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I know. I just had to have a thyroid test today, like, old people do.
Young people have thyroid tests. Not as many,
yeah,
percentage-wise, but it still happens.
But they happen.
They happen.
I still haven't done the colonoscopy. I know my doctor any moment now is going to be like, hey, colonoscopy. Time's a ticking there, lady. Get your colon checked there, lady.
Yeah. I'm not going to say, you want to get in line for a second one right after, like if you're on a roller coaster, but there's worse things.
I know I have to do it. I just don't want to do it.
Okay, the people that want to do it, those are the people on the special list. I'm just saying. Back for more, are you, Bill?
Yeah.
Sorry, if your name's Bill, I just need your name.
It's a good name for that. Well, it's a good dude name, like Bill.
Yeah. I've been using Kevin a lot. I just figured I need to go somewhere else.
Oh my God, I saw COVID Kevin. Speaking of Kevin, I saw COVID Kevin on the shit. I should have saved it and we could have talked further about it. Maybe we'll have to wait for another day.
Oh, on the internet?
No, yeah, on the internet's on the North Winton group.
Oh my God!
Talking about
that's our neighborhood.
It's our neighborhood, folks. That's where.
Last I knew, COVID Kevin lived in Webster. So
somebody called him out. It's like, dude, you live in Webster. What the fuck do you care? But a bunch of people were like he said, I'm gonna send this to city council. We're so fed up with all the, I don't know. He was talking about the people stealing cars, like. We're so fed up with it. Black hooligans stealing cars. And of course, all these, and they were all white people. I looked just to be curious. All white.
Commenters?
The commenters were all like,
oh my God.
Yeah, I'll sign that. That's great. I'll sign it. And I'm like, I'm not even going to. I was like, there was a couple people in there that obviously knew who he was, just like I did. And they were like, whatever, dude. But most of the people were like, yeah, that's a great idea, Kevin. Let's do that.
So the whole thing of COVID Kevin comes from 3 or so years ago in the middle of the pandemic when the Black Lives Matter protests were happening, especially here in Rochester.
Where everybody was masked because we weren't sure what the fuck was going on with that.
Yeah, and I ended up going to the protests. like white guy, go deal with COVID, Kevin. Basically,
right. Yeah, you're like, okay,
get your cousin,
get your cousin Kevin over there. You're like, alrighty, that's
right.
what I'll do.
So I had a few interactions with Kevin, the closest I've ever been to a fist fight in my life.
Yeah. You would have taken him, dude.
Well, maybe, but the point is,
you're quite a bit bigger than he is.
I've
seen him
but
in
he's
person.
quicker and he's wiry.
He's wiry, yeah.
I don't know if I could have caught him. Let's put it that way. But so it's in the shows we took down. So I will try to post that. Oh, actually, let me write that down.
One of the COVID Kevin ones.
Yeah, Patreon. I'll go to Kevin. So if you go to stuartbedesco.com and you click on the link to our Patreon page, it is for people who support us. I mean, but it's as little as $1 a month. You can listen to old shows that we had to take down. I didn't want them to totally go away, but
because there's some great ones.
No questions. And I've already been posting some, not religiously, but yeah, I have been. There's a handful now, and I'm going to try and do more. And but I'll the next one I'll do is I'll find a COVID Kevin one, and I'll post.
So the reason we called him COVID Kevin is because he was there he was often there saying that he had COVID.
Yes, and he wouldn't wear a mask. And he'd get right in your face.
And he'd get right in your face, and he would say he had COVID. Yeah. And so we just called him COVID Kevin. And we have,
because it's alliteration.
Yeah, which is great. And we happen to know that this person, because we know people. I know a person who actually worked with him, who was like
doing what?
Well, I'm not going to say.
Oh,
because it's a place of business in Rochester.
Well, I don't mean you don't tell me the business.
Oh no,
what were they doing?
Oh, he worked at a gym. He worked at a local gym.
Okay, fair enough. Right.
Yeah, and he just said, that guy was. Yeah, he had issues with him at work, and this is like an old friend, like somebody I've known since like when we were kids, and he was like, yeah, that guy's no good. I'm like, okay.
So so I'll post that up, and you can get to that for stuartbedesco.com.
I don't even know why I talked about that.
No, it's
just kind of funny.
Yeah,
it's just like seeing him all of a sudden, like,
COVID
Kevin!
Small ass town. It's
COVID Kevin's back. Look at you, dude.
And like the actual COVID, you think it's gone, but it's still lurking around.
I know. I called,
and your friend's gonna get it, just like COVID. Oh, I saw COVID Kevin, just like the disease, the virus.
Right.
You never know which one of your friends is gonna
be the one.
come in contact with it out of nowhere.
We say this as we're sitting across from each other without masks on.
Can I say so?
But I really don't go where much, and you don't go anywhere much, and neither do I.
Last week, and looking at the time, this is probably gonna be the last thing. But last week, it wasn't like an epiphany or anything. I'm not even proud of it. But I got to school one day, and I just said, you know what? I just can't put this fucking thing on my face today. Mm-hmm. You finally, the mask fatigue finally got to you. It's been 3-4 years. I mean, I held out. I was one of the holdouts. And there's still other people I see holding out all the time. There's a couple people at my school, counselors. My one other employer. Yeah. That's my secret employer. She always wears one. And I'm still there. I still think folks. I've been doing it, and there was a day last week where I just said, you know what? For whatever reason, I was just in this mood. I was like, I just can't have this thing on my face today. Mm-hmm. And I survived. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm vaccinated to the eyeballs. I mean, I'm on my second card. You have so many cards. I have so many. So I'm on my second card for all the stamps. So I have all the vaccines. If I know I'm going on a plane, or if I'm going to be stuck in an elevator for 6 hours, I will totally. I always have masks with me, but I've just been taking a break. And if the press, the media decides to cover it again, because there's still thousands a day that get hospitalized. It's still happening in the U.S. And there's something called the People's CDC. I want to say it's peoplecdc.org, but I might be wrong on that. You can web search it. And they still talk about, the COVID numbers, but now the governments are not making hospitals report numbers, so it's really sketchy. So we got an email from U of R saying that they are no longer going to require any future employment that has to be vaccinated. So they're not requiring that for employment,
And it's already been a thing. You haven't had to wear a mask, at least in the museum, but I think you had to in the hospitals. But now you don't even have to in the hospitals if you're just, as long as you don't feel sick. But like I went in to get lab work today, I still wore a mask. I'm just not comfortable yet.
Well, if
with
you're going
that.
into a blood lab, then there's going to be people who are sick. I mean, that's just smart to do.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason they're there, you could catch gout.
Probably not. But yeah, like I still was like,
Ain't
okay,
got
and the
nothing
two
for that.
phlebotomists didn't have masks on, but that's their problem. That's not
Yeah.
my problem.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I'm still wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Y'all do what you want.
So I don't know. It's a weird thing. I mean, I'm sure again if it spikes again and the media actually has to cover it. I got the masks at the ready. I'm ready to go right now. I have it right there, arm's reach. If you cough hard, Melissa, I'm putting
Yep.
my mask on.
Well, we have the one place I do work once a week this person still requires a mask. So I need them for that particular job. So at some point I will have to buy more.
How's the Ruby Red?
It's pretty good. Well, I'm not drinking it now. I'm drinking my NA one now. My NA. My NA. This is pretty good though.
I'd offer to finish yours, but yeah, I don't know where your mouth's been. So COVID, Melissa.
Yeah, I'm all gross. No, I mean, like, they ask you when you go in, do you think you've been in touch with anybody who has COVID? All the questions they ask you when you have doctor things. And I'm like, I mean, I work at a museum, but I'm not around people that much. I don't go out to bars or go out much anymore, so. Yeah.
Okay.
Good talk.
Yeah. All right. So, blah, la, 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 la.
La, la, la.
We have to be creative next week because I am doing my mother's neighborhood garage sale.
When's that?
Next weekend.
Oh, fun.
Friday and Saturday. So, we'll work it out. But we got to do a show next week. I don't want to do this every 2 weeks.
Okay. Right.
really wanna
No,
do
we can figure something out.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, we can talk when we're done.
I actually, this Friday, I will be briefly, because I'm teaching summer school, I will be briefly done with school.
Oh.
So we can always do...
Are you going to do science in summer school?
No, it looks like I'm going... Actually, I can't talk too much about my job. Just again,
no.
on the show.
Right.
Because I just don't
But you're not going to be doing science.
No, I'm going back to doing certain things.
Oh, good. And you're excited about it.
I am. In fact, at some point we can talk about it when it fleshes out a little more, but I may end up teaching something that I've taught before, but not officially. And this could become official. I could become official. We'll talk about it down the road.
Okay.
All right. So we'll be back next week. Please go check out StuartPotasso.com, CoolCatsForChange.com, and just have fun with it all. I mean, do stuff, buy
shit.
things. There's sexy stuff. There's news stuff. There's music stuff. There's listen to Stuart Potasso Radio. There's just, dang, man. Stuart
Shit
Potasso
to
will be
do,
a part
man.
of your life. I know. That's what I'm saying. You don't need that corporate crap.
No.
All right.
All right.
We'll be back.
Peace out.
Bye. Criminal record? No problem. Restraining order? Everyone makes mistakes. This is the Pew Pew Gun Shop. Nobody's gonna stop us from getting a pew pew into your grubby little hands. We know that the founding fathers had guns and slaves, but they wanted you to have guns too. And slaves, but we only have guns here at the Pew Pew Gun Shop. But in honor of those deities, we're having a 3/5 sale on everything at Pew Pews. Come on down to 1776 Founding Fathers Way and check out our stock of guns and all the accessories you need to, pew 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 pew, woo! Shooting guns is fun. Pew pew pew! Sorry, got a little carried away. We take your made-up gun rights seriously at Pew Pew Gun Shop, so come on down.